Hey y'all, welcome to my series called Redefining the Grind. I'm choosing to name it this because typically with track and field, your grind includes stuff like getting faster, lifting heavier weights, jumping higher, all this stuff that's really measurable. I'm used to it. I'm used to pushing myself on the track, going through mental pain, physical pain, and I love that. I love that grind. That's why I do this. I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't love that. But now my grind is different because it's going to be committing to rehab, going into rehab with a positive mindset no matter how hard it is. And actually being patient with myself is part of the grind. It's just not going hard all the time. You have to just be smart and take this step by step. So it's redefining that. I'm also getting a new chance, a new start. I'm relearning a bunch of stuff with how to use my left leg properly, and it's gonna be quite the journey. Episode 1 is Sparking Hope because it started off with bad news that I needed surgery at all because I didn't know that, but the hope that I've gotten in the past few weeks is that this will actually really help me and that it's just a new beginning. And I need a new cartilage. My cartilage under there is not in good shape, and the hope is that it takes well to my body, the new cartilage, and that I get to be pain free again and I get to enjoy this thing that I choose to do with my life. What's up, everybody? It's Matt and
What's
Linda.
up? There we go.
We're on our way to doctor's appointment number 1 with a new doctor. We're going to go over my MRI. I really don't know if this made the journey. It might be okay, hopefully. And my packet of info about all the knee problems I've had. This time tomorrow, I could be in knee surgery. So we're going to go talk about that. We're going to talk about scheduling, recovery, all that. A nice tutorial about my knee, right, Mom?
Yes, we did.
So let's see. That's your knee. My patella, when you bend your knee, it glides along this joint right here. And under here, mine is all sorts of messed up. So there's supposed to be a nice little cushy cartilage in there. Oh, there you can see it. So that white piece is where my cartilage is very small. So, Mom, if you were to gauge how many doctor's appointments you've been in with me, what would you say?
Oh, I think you've been at more doctor's appointments in your young life than I have in mine.
Your whole life?
My whole life, yes. And you're all of 23.
I am 20. I think I am a walking pre-existing condition.
Oh, God. If you get insurance, you've got to stay insured. Let them drop you.
Well, that was rough. That was not what I was expecting. So I thought I was going to get a microfracturing surgery, which is just a scope surgery. They go in, they put little holes in your bone to stimulate cartilage regeneration. Microfracturing pretty much doesn't work on the underside of the kneecap, which is where I don't have any cartilage left. So he was saying that the next best thing, actually the better thing for my specific issue, would be to have 2 surgeries. The first one would be taking out some of my cartilage from a different area of my knee that doesn't have any problems, sending it to a lab in Boston, and they would then grow some of my cartilage and send it back when it's a nice big chunk and glue it to the underside of my knee. And they would have to open up the knee, flip over the kneecap, and put it in there. And that's a little scarier. The surgery is more serious, higher risk. The doctor did tell me that he hasn't seen very many Olympic level athletes recover from that and return to the same level of performance. So that's not exactly what you want to hear. But I've been told stuff like that before, I wasn't really supposed to get as good of a recovery as I had from my bicep tear. That surprised doctors, and you know, maybe you're not supposed to get that much better from this surgery either. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It does hurt to hear, but it's kind of validating because I've been in a lot of pain for the past 2 years, and to know that I'm not crazy, like there's something serious wrong in there, and that I have a shot and I'm gonna take it. So what's up, everybody? I'm just giving a little update. Obviously that was a hard appointment, and it left me with some confusion about what is actually wrong with my knee, what I need to do, what's going to give me the best shot at not only getting back to track, but just like living a healthy life when I'm done with track. That's the most important thing to me, is that I can go on hikes with my family, that I can go on a run, because like this is stuff that I like to do outside of my sport, and something that I want to do for the rest of my life. That surgery that we discussed with Dr. Aiken up at Palo Alto Medical Foundation was kind of scary to me, but I really appreciated the way he kind of sat down with me for like 30 minutes, and he talked about how he normally approaches cartilage regeneration, what kind of things that he considers when he's making a decision as to what surgery is best for the athlete. And that did make me feel better. I do trust him, but I wanted to seek, and he even recommended seeking another opinion, just because I've gotten 2 doctors to kind of look at my MRI so far, and I've gotten a little bit different results from each. So I do want to get another opinion before going forward. I just want to do my due diligence, want to do my research. I want to feel good about the choice that I make. I'm going to see a doctor at Stanford tomorrow. It's like 20 minutes from my house. I'm really, really lucky to be so close to such amazing doctors, and for all the care I received at Georgia. You know, I feel like I'm in good hands, but I really want to make the right decision here. So I have an appointment tomorrow, and then from there, if I do want to go forward with the Macy surgery, I would talk to Dr. Aiken about getting in as soon as possible for part 1 of that surgery. I think that the sooner I get in there and get the procedure underway is the sooner that I'm walking, the sooner that I'm running, the sooner that I'm jumping, and then sooner that I'm competing. And that's really important to me. Obviously, there's 0 guarantees. It's not just like a PRP that I've gotten before, or even my bicep surgery here. There was kind of a guarantee that I would be back to high jump. There's no guarantee that like my arm would function perfectly, but I didn't ever have to worry about if I could compete again. I knew I would compete again. I didn't know how long it would take. This is scarier because I don't have a guarantee that I'll be able to jump again. But I talked to my high school coach in depth about this, and he said, if anybody's gonna get through this and kind of defy some of these odds, it's gonna be me, because, and I'm not saying nobody else can do this, I'm just, I have to go in with as positive of a mindset as I possibly can. And the things that I've done in the past few years, the odds have not been in my favor for that. The odds are not in your favor to win a title. The odds are not in your favor to get the law degree. Like, whatever it is, it's never been, I'm most likely going to be able to do this. That's not how it's been. Even with my bicep, the odds were not in my favor for me to be able to compete that indoor season. But that just shows that it's more about the heart of the person doing the rehab every day, committing to it, and staying like really positive, because there's been research done about how your mindset influences the way the body recovers. And if that's not proof of mind over matter, I don't know what is. And I look at some of my friends that have gone through sicknesses and their ability to remain happy and just hopeful through really hard times. I know that that's what has kept them going. Shout out to Sadie Mae. I love you. And you inspire me a lot to just keep going and, stay positive. There's some things that we just can't control, and that all you can do is control the way you're responding to it, the way you're receiving it. Like, stuff happens, and it doesn't happen because you're a good or bad person. It doesn't happen because you're more or less deserving of good or bad things. It just happens. And for me, that's one of my favorite things I took away from church like a few months ago, was that God never really promised us a life that didn't have troubles or adversities in it. He just promised that he would be there through it, and he would give you the strength to make it through. And so I just have to go in with faith and be like, I'm doing this. God's on my side. And I wouldn't be able to go under and get this surgery if God didn't know that I would be okay on the other side of it. Whatever okay means, I have to roll with the punches. And I've had to consider the fact that I might not be able to high jump again. And that's not what I want. That's not what I'm hoping for, and that's not what I'm working for. But I have to understand that my worth and value is not directly associated with whether or not I can high jump again. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because it feels really good to be able to do what you love, to be good at it, to win. I love it. I love competing, and I wish more than anything that I can get back there. But I also know that I am 100% a cool ass person regardless, and I know that I'm gonna be okay. So that's where I'm at. I will make another video after my appointment tomorrow, and I might even get in for the first step of my surgery this week. I'm not sure. Just staying positive. I'm praying and talking to the people who are close to me in my life, and knowing that I'm gonna be able to make the right decision. All right, so I had another doctor's appointment. I met with a Stanford surgeon, and I really liked him, but I thought I was gonna get some more like just clarity, because I've gotten two opinions and maybe like that would help me choose between the two. But in reality, he just gave me a third option, and that makes my life a little harder. He did say that the microfracturing technique is not something that he would recommend doing. So I do think that that's off the table for me. The biggest decision now is like which one of these two California surgeons I'm gonna do, and which procedure I'm gonna do. So the Macy is the 2-part surgery where they take my cells and grow them in a lab somewhere, I think Boston, and then they put them back in. The thing with that is that it is 2 parts, so not only are you getting the surgery, you have to wait another, I think they said 4 to 6 weeks for part 2 of your surgery. So you're kind of waiting around. I think mentally that would be kind of hard, but I do think it's a cool idea to actually be able to use your own cells. Like, this is my cartilage, same stuff that I worn down and is gone now, I get new one. Great. This surgeon I met with yesterday, he didn't really discredit that. He thinks that would probably work, but he does think that the 2 surgery thing might be, timeline wise, not something I want to do. So he wants to do a similar thing where you're kind of like plugging that crater hole, pothole thing that's in my cartilage with human juvenile cartilage, which means deceased children or toddlers or babies. And I guess that their cartilage is better to use. That's the other option. It's 1 surgery. And I know using cadaver organs and stuff, it does happen in the medical field for a lot of different types of surgeries, not just sports medicine. It's a pretty remarkable thing that they can do. So I like the idea of only 1 surgery. I'm definitely leaning more towards that, just because I think mentally it would be better to just get it over with. Timeline wise, I do want to get back out there as soon as I can. I feel pretty optimistic. I mostly just, the thing that's kind of stressing me out right now is just getting in there as soon as possible. And kind of sucks because in the Bay Area there's lots of great surgeons, but they also book out pretty far ahead, and you can't just be like, hey, can we do surgery tomorrow? So I am in a waiting game. I've been playing phone tag with the office all day, so we'll figure it out. It's gonna be okay. I get to go to Tahoe this weekend and not be on crutches for it, so I'm excited for that. What's up? It's Tuesday, the week after I recorded last, and I've made my decision. I took some time, talked to my family, went back and forth. Thought I made my decision like 4 different times, but now I've actually made it. I'm doing the de novo surgery, which is the juvenile cartilage, and it's scheduled for Friday. So I'm in the final countdown, and it's going to be by Dr. Colin Aiken of Palo Alto Medical Foundation. And it's happening. I had to make a choice. It wasn't easy, but I know that whatever I do, if I go in 100% and I go in hopeful and positive, I might just be okay. I will record as much as I can that day, but obviously my priority is my health, and focusing on what I need to focus on during that day might be a hard day. So my next episode will be the surgery and the probably 3 or 4 days following the surgery, because if it's anything like my bicep surgery, it will be difficult, but my mom is going to be there to help me, my dad's going to be there, and I know my friends here will do everything they can to help me out too. So I have a great support system, and I will keep you guys posted.